Dear Sigrid, thank you for being with us. It was an amazing film and you were very, very good at it. Congratulations. We were all amazed how well you played Sasha. So for the very beginning, was this your first role?
No, I actually got my first role when I was 4. So this was not my first.
Torej, za začetek sta se dekleti zahvalili Sigrid, da je z nami, da smo vsi bili zelo očarani nad njenim filmom in vprašanje je bilo, če je to bila njena prva vloga in je rekla, da ne, da njena prva vloga je bila, ko je bila stara 4 leta.
So, Sanna Lenken is the director of the movie. And how did you even meet Sanna and how did you get the role? Because we know Sanna from her previous film, My Skinny Sister.
I knew the casting director since before because she has casted me for other roles. So she asked me if I wanted to come and cast for this role, and I said of course. And then I didn't know Sanna before, so she was there on my first casting, and that's how we first met. Yeah.
Vprašali so je Sanna Lenken, je režiserka filma, pri nas smo si že lahko gledali film Moja sestra Suhica in dekleti iz Untitled je vprašala, kako sta se spoznali. Ni poznala najprej režiserke, najprej je poznala direktorico castinga, ki jo je povabila, da naj pride na audicijo za to vlogo in je seveda šla na to audicijo in tam je tudi spoznala režiserko.
So, the film is based on a book by a Swedish writer, Jenny Jägerfeld, and you probably read the book before. When you read the book, did you feel that Sasha's role was really meant for you, and did you feel like it was really yours?
Yeah, I read the book after my first casting, so I really felt that this was something that I wanted to portray and something that I really wanted to play Sasha, because one of the reasons is that she is carrying up a lot of emotions, and it's a very nice experience to play someone that's very unlike me, which she is. So I really felt that this was something I wanted to do when I read the book. Yeah.
Knjigo je prebrala preden so posneli film, ampak po audiciji, it was after the casting, right? You read the book. In zelo sem želela odigrati vlogo Saše, zato ker dva razloga sta, zato ker je po eni strani Saša polna nekih čustev, po drugi strani pa zato, ker ji tako zelo ni podobna.
Film has happy moments and even stand-up comedy, but it is also a story about grief and about a roller coaster of emotions. We see Sasha's anger, her worries and tears, her hopes, a full range of emotions. So how challenging was that and how did you prepare for the role?
It was very challenging because we are so unlike, and I prepared, I read the book and then I read the scripts many times, and I really reflected on who Sasha is, and I would reflect on her, and then I would imagine myself in her situation to kind of try to relate to these emotions, kind of. And then I also met up with other actors and got to know them. So it was several steps.
Zoe je vprašala, kako je bilo odigrati tako paleto čustev, od v bistvu žalosti, hude jeze, žalovanja, in kako se je na vlogo pripravljala. Sigrid je rekla, da je seveda najprej prebrala knjigo, večkrat je prebrala scenarij in je poskušala ozavestiti, kakšna Saša je in kako bi se ona počutila na njenem mestu. Hkrati je pa tudi spoznala preostale igralce, tako da se je tudi to pač nekak del pripravljala.
Zdaj, a imamo mogoče še kakšno vprašanje iz občinstva? Lahko vprašate tudi v slovenščini, pa bomo prevedli.
Že imamo prvo vprašanje, tukaj treba.
Pa bi v slovenščini vprašal, pa pol brate. Torej, zanima me, kako je bilo to, ko si je mogla lase postriči, oziroma a si jih je mogla, ali so naredili kakšno tako v maski, tako.
So he asked How was it for you to shave your head? Did you really shave it in the movie?
Yes, I did. So it's a funny story. As I said before, I hadn't read the book, so I didn't know when I did my casting that she was shaving off her hair. So when I got home, I read the book and I read that she's shaving off her hair. I was very surprised, so to say, and I had to shave my hair, and it was actually the first shooting day that I was shaving off the hair. So I was really, really nervous because I have always had long hair. When I was little, I had hair down to my butt. I have always had long hair, so it was a big change for me, but I felt that I was up to it because it's, for this role. I felt that it helped me get into character, and it was, I can say that I've had a shaved head now, and it feels great.
Ko je šla na casting, ni prebrala knjige, tako da ni vedela, da si bo mogla pobriti glavo. In ko je prišla domov in prebrala knjigo, je bila malo presenečena, ampak seveda je bila pripravljena to narediti. Pravzaprav si je lase pobrila na prvi dan. It was the first day that you had to shave. Ja, na prvi dan. In to je bilo za njo kar tak en izziv, zato ker je vedno imela dolge lase, celo do riti dol jih je imela lepe dolge lase. Ampak zdaj ve, kakšen je občutek, če imaš pobrito glavo, in je super.
A imamo še kakšno vprašanje?
V katerem filmu ste najprej igrali?
Which was your first film that you played in?
It was a series, a Swedish series, and I played the main character's daughter. It's called Biblioteksjuven. I don't think you know what that is, but yeah.
Najprej je igrala v švedski seriji in je igrala You Play the Daughter, hči glavnega lika. I won't say the name of the... Ne bom povedala, ne bom ponovila imena serije. Ne znamo.
Jaz sem pa hotel vprašati, koliko časa je bila produkcija tega filma?
So how long was the production? How much time did it take?
I don't know when they first had the idea of making the film out of the book, but the shooting time was 2 months. So we shot 2 months, May and June last year.
Ne ve sicer, kakšen je bil proces od nastanka, ko je nastal scenarij pa pol cel film, ampak snemali so 2 meseca. Bomo še enega tukaj, pa morda še kakšen na balkonu.
It seems to me that you are now thinner than in the movie and older than in the movie. And also, if they cut your hair on the first day, so how did they get longer again?
Wait, can you repeat your question?
It seems to me that you are thinner than in the movie now. And that you are older now than in the movie. And how did you get your hair longer in the movie if they cut your hair on the very first day of casting?
Yeah.
I mean of shooting, yeah.
Yeah. They made a wig for me that I would wear. So they made the wig from my scalp, so it would fit me perfectly, and from my hairline, and then they bought hair from Germany, and they made the wig hair by hair, so I would wear it when I was supposed to have long hair. And what's your second question? How old I am?
No, you seem to me older now than in the movie.
Yeah.
And you seem to me thinner, also more slim now than in the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
How long ago did you film the film? How is 1 year, or how younger you were before? I mean,
I was 15 when we shot the movie, so it was last year, May and June, 1.5 years ago.
Torej, snemali so lansko leto, bila stara 15 let, zdaj je stara 16 let. Kar se pa tiče las, ker smo prej rekli, da si je pobrila glavo na prvi dan snemanja, pravzaprav so prav za njo posebej naredili lasuljo. In to v Nemčiji, in tako preoblikovali so jo po njeni glavi, zato da je perfektno stala, ko si jo je dala gor. Še eno vprašanje na balkonu, potem pa nadaljujejo dekleta.
Are you still friends with any of the casting crew that was there?
Yes, I'm still in contact with many of them, and I am I'm in contact with mostly all of the actors. And me and Ellen, who plays Märta, we're still friends. And I'm still in contact with the director and Oscar, who plays my dad. And yeah, I'm friends with them.
Sigrid je še vedno v stikih in prijateljca z skoraj vsemi, ali pa z vsemi, ki so bili del ekipe igralske. Še vedno je v kontaktu z... What's the name of the... who plays Marta?
Ellen.
Ellen, ki igra njeno prijateljico, tudi z režiserko je še vedno v kontaktu, tako da so še zmeri družino. Nadaljujete?
We've mentioned your looks in the movie before. We can also see that in the movie you have brown eyes, and in reality you have blue eyes. Why did they do that?
Yeah, so I had to wear brown contact lenses, and it was because both me and the guy who plays my dad and the woman who plays my mom, we all have blue eyes, but they wanted me and the mom to have something in common that the dad didn't have. So me and the mom had to wear brown eyes, so we would have something similar that the dad didn't have. So yeah, so I had to do two look changing things, my hair and eyes.
Se pravi, Sigrid ima modre oči, v filmu ima rjave oči. Vsi glavni igralci, se pravi Sigrid in igralca, ki igrata mamo in očeta, vsi imajo modre oči. Ampak so želeli v bistvu, da imata Saša in mama nekaj, kar oče nima. Zato sta Sigrid in igralka, ki igra mamo, morali imeti take kontaktne leče z rjavo barvo. Zato da sta imeli nekaj, kar oče pa je obdržal svoje modre oči.
Oče mi rjavo.
So, we've mentioned before that in the movie there was a palette of emotions from laughter to crying, and what I want to ask is, was it hard for you to cry in front of the camera?
It wasn't, yeah, kind of. Some scenes were tougher than others, but it mostly came natural for me because I got into the role and I put myself in her situation. So that, and I also used different techniques to cry. So when I had these crying scenes, I would imagine myself living without my mother, and that would, of course, make me cry. But it wasn't always that hard because it came naturally for me because I was in Sasha. So, yeah.
Tatjana je vprašala, če je bilo težko jokati pred kamero, in je rekla, da ja, da to je bil izziv, ampak da je prišlo kar naravno, da si je pač predstavljala, kako je biti Saša, da si je predstavljala včasih tudi, kako bi bilo, če bi živela brez mame, in to jo je spravilo v jok. Sicer pa so stvari prišle kar naravno, zato ker se je v bistvu res postavila v Sašino vlogo.
So another question is, did you do stand-up any time before filming, or was this your first time?
This was my first time. I didn't have any experiences of stand-up before. So when I was, and also when I was preparing for the role, I watched a lot of stand-up myself, and I looked what everyone did differently and how you perform. So I didn't have any experiences from before, so it was my first time.
Ja, torej prvič je delala stand-up komedijo, ni imela nobenih izkušenj pred tem.
Do you feel like this film changed you in any way?
Probably the way I started to think a lot about my own life and how my life would be without my mom in this case, and that made me think a lot about that and how I'm grateful for what I have now, and because I knew that every child doesn't have both of their parents, and yeah, so it made me think a lot about my own life and what I have.
Vprašanje je bilo, če jo je film spremenil na kakršen koli način. Rekla je, da ja, da pač je razmišljala o svojem življenju, o tem, da je pač da je hvaležna, da ima oba starša, da ima mamo, zato ker vsi otroci morda nimajo obeh staršev.
Torej, je morda še kakšno vprašanje iz občinstva?
How big was the budget for the movie?
How big the
budget for the movie. How big and who finance everything?
There is a couple of million in Swedish money. So there is a lot of money put into this movie. I don't know exactly, but there is a lot.
Vprašanje je bilo, koliko je stal film, in je rekla, da kar precej velika, ampak da ne ve čisto točne številke. Še kakšno vprašanje? Na balkonu imam vprašanje?
Did you come up with the jokes yourself, like for the stand-up comedy, or was it in the script already?
They were in the script, so I didn't come up with any of them. So I learned them from the script.
Vprašanje je bilo, če si je šale sama zmislila, in je rekla, da ne, da so bile vse v scenariju že zapisane. Še kakšno? Aha, tam čisto zadnji imamo.
Kaj je težko igrati v filmu?
Was it hard to play in the film?
Yeah, it really was, because we're so much unalike. So it was hard to be someone else who has experienced a lot of different emotions than I have. So it could be very hard.
Vprašanje je bilo, če je težko bilo igrati v filmu, in je rekla, da ja, zato ker je zelo drugačna od Saše in da je v bistvu velik izziv odigrati čustva, ki mogoče niso čisto njena oziroma jih sama ni doživela. Še tukaj spredi bomo. Okay.
Can you tell us a bit about that? Like, how was the preparation for getting in those films, very strong films? You made me cry a lot. Thank you. How was, maybe shortly, how were you preparing for different scenes if you're so different and you don't have experiences?
I was putting myself in her situation, so I would refer to my own life. So I would imagine myself having a mom who is committed suicide, and that's a very awful thought. So that would make me very emotional. And also, like for an example, the scene where she finally cries after the stand-up. Me and Oscar, please, my dad, we just scream at each other. So I would be very emotional, and that was what techniques I used.
Dodala je še eno tehniko, ki jo prej ni omenila, ne poleg tega, da je reflektirala, kakšne čustva so se porajala v Saši, je v bistvu še ena stvar bila tista zelo čustvena zadnja scena, ko se je končno zelo zjokala, ne? V bistvu sta z igralcem, ki igra njenega očeta, se drla en na drugega in je bila v bistvu zelo emocionalna in je pol to lahko prevrelo. Še eno vprašanje?
Mene pa zanima, če so na setu živeli skupaj, glede na to, da je to trajalo 2 meseca, in če bo v tem času snemanja tudi kaj zabave, če ima kakšno prigodo mogoče zabave.
When you were filming the movie, did you live together, and did you also have any fun meanwhile?
I had a lot of fun, even though it was really draining sometimes. And we didn't live together, but we lived close to each other because we were shooting in another city. So me and a lot of the actors had to move to another city while we were shooting. So we lived close by, but not together.
Niso živeli čist skupaj, so pa živeli v istem mestu, v katerem sicer ne živijo, tako da so se pač v to mesto skupaj preselili in ja, bilo je veliko zabave.
So we have to wrap up, but we have another question. What are your plans for the future, and do you want to be an actress, film director?
My absolute dream is to keep continuing with acting. So that's what I'm hoping for and that's my dream, yeah, to keep acting.
Zadnje vprašanje je bilo, kaj so njene želje za prihodnost in si želi v bistvu, da bi še naprej nadaljevala z igralsko kariero.
So unfortunately we'll have to wrap up this, but we have some sweet things in the cafe waiting for us, and thank you again for coming, Sigrid. We are so happy you could come. And do you want to add something to the audience, tell them something, anything?
I'm just really happy that you wanted to watch the movie. It's great to answer all of your questions. And this is a beautiful city. It's nice to be here. Hvala.
Zdaj bi se pa še rada zahvalila občinstvu, vabila vas, da se pridružite v Kinodvorovi kavarni. Sigrid bo na voljo za intervjuje, za podpise in čaka nas tudi nekaj sladkega za posladek, tako da lepo vabljeni.